It's 90.4 FM in Durban and 105.6 FM in Peter Maritzburg, even though that, the technology is doing us dirty today. But of course, we always are in high spirits as well. So if you're listening to us as well, it's 90.4 FM in Durban and 105.6 FM in Peter Maritzburg. And of course, welcoming you again to today's show where we will be discussing a highly relevant and sensitive topic and how the potential shutdown of the Israeli embassy in South Africa. Now, of course, joining me to have this conversation is Reverend Pastor Ethan Ramkowar, a human rights activist and chairperson of the Survival Center, and who has been actively advocating for this cause. Reverend Ramkowar, thanks for being on the show today. Welcome.
Not a problem. You're most welcome. And I'm glad to be here as we discuss a very sensitive topic, but rather a topic that needs to be discussed.
Absolutely. So let's get straight into it. Can you explain why do you believe the Israeli embassy in South Africa should be closed down, and what specific actions or policies have led you to take this stance?
Okay, firstly, as stated, and then we got cut off, is that we are a human rights organization that believe in the rule of law, whether it's local or international law. And we believe that the loss of lives, irrespective of whose life, with whichever race, religion, color, or creed, all lives matter. And what we do see today in the 21st century as human beings, where we claim to be so modern, we see a barbaric act being done out by the Israeli state and the Israeli government. And it's something that we need to speak about. You don't have to be a particular religion or race. You just need to be a human being. And that's the highest policy that anyone should actually align themselves to, is being a human being.
Absolutely. Now, what are some of the key injustices or violations that you believe the Israel is committing by justifying this call for action?
Okay, for example, Israel is committing war crimes. I mean, there's rape, there's murder, there's beheading, there's bombings. I mean, those things are very inhumane for this day and age. It's something that is barbaric, and we call upon countries and organizations from around the world, irrespective of left wing or right wing, whatever wing you are and whatever affiliation you are, stand together. There's lives being lost, there's innocent women, children, and men being tortured, beaten, and the list can go on. So those are some of the injustices committed by the Israeli government under Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. And I strongly believe that as the ICJ has issued a warrant of arrest, all countries that are part of the Rome Statute and international law should implement this judgment and enforce it, because this man is committing murder, genocide, and it's completely evil. That's the word to use. It's completely evil.
Absolutely. But some critics may argue that closing the embassy may damage diplomatic ties and have unintended consequences on South Africa's foreign policy. How do you respond to those concerns?
I don't think we will have any issues as a country, since we're part of the Rome Statute, ICJ, international law, and all countries and leaders are keep on saying, "Oh, international law should be respected." Sorry. So I believe that it's not going to affect South Africa's diplomatic ties. At the end of the day, South Africa faced the same challenges, the same plight in its apartheid years under the National Party, and other countries were calling on countries to sanction South Africa. Likewise, we are doing the same now. It's no different. We see history repeating itself in the Middle East, and as an organization, we believe South Africa is free, but we're not free until Palestine is free.
Absolutely, indeed. But what I would like to know from you, you've been going on this campaign, and this is something that you are passionate about. What kind of support have you received for your campaign? And are there any specific individuals, groups, or movements in South Africa that share your views?
Yes, there is. For example, we have an attorney by the name of Yusuf Ismail that's very supportive of Survival Center, the work we're doing, and we have other Muslim leaders, organizations, we have church leaders, temple leaders that are very supportive of the very fact that we are fighting something, and we believe that as South Africans, it's what we want as people of South Africa. I mean, a majority decision was taken in the Sixth Parliament to expel the Israeli embassy. And as long as Parliament has made a decision, we believe that the government or the executive should now enforce this decision and make sure that this Israeli embassy is expelled. We have nothing, we're not anti Semitic, by the way. We love Jewish people. Jewish people are also God's children, but we are not for Zionism. And Zionism is something that is completely distinct from Judaism. And we must educate the people on that. We are not anti Semitic, but rather we are against the evil of what the Zionist regime is currently doing in between the Palestinian Gaza conflict that's happening at the moment.
Mm. So, what is your vision for a just resolution to the Israeli-Palestine conflict, and how do you see South Africa's role in supporting that?
Okay, we believe in a two-state solution. The sovereignty of Palestine should be respected. But at the same time, even though we're calling for a two-state solution, the injustices that have been brought by this Israeli regime has caused conflict and tensions in religious communities. I mean, there was prior to 1948, there was no such thing as an Israel, and the thing is, communities lived in harmony. I mean, Muslims, Christians, Jews, all lived in harmony. So our vision is a two-state solution, but how do we rectify the injustices of the past? I mean, Palestinians were chased out of their homes, they were chased out of their communities. So we believe that Israel should stand accountable, as the ICJ has issued a warrant of arrest for Benjamin Netanyahu and for Hamas. I strongly believe that all terror organizations, we claim Hamas is a terror organizations, so be it. They should be held accountable for their war crimes, just as Israel should also be held accountable for their war crimes. And we must also tell the people of South Africa that they are Jewish people that are standing in solidarity with the Palestinians to end this conflict and to make sure that this Israeli regime is held accountable.
Absolutely. I think the most important thing there to take away is, the power of knowledge and understanding and knowing exactly what is truly happening. So people should read up, and history speaks for itself. But I think, Mr. Ramkar, that's all we have time for today. Unfortunately, we have to cut it right there and then because, of course, it's the top of the hour. But thank you so much for joining us, and hoping that we can, get into more of a podcast seating and really get in depth with this particular topic. Thank you so much.
No problem. It's a pleasure.
It's only a pleasure indeed. Of course, it's 90.4 FM in Durban and 105.6 FM. There's still so much that I had planned to do for today, but unfortunately, time has run out. Dun, dun, dun. So until then, inshallah, next time, same place. From my side and the team, big thank you to Tobega for making sure that I still stay on air, even though that glitch happened there. But thank you so much for being awesome. Thank you so much to Zach for coming through, overseeing and making sure that we go back on. And thank you so much as well to you for allowing me to keep you company for these amazing hours. Until next time, next week, same time, same place. Assalamu alaikum.
Tune in to the Feel Good Friday with Bibi Amina Phili.
It's finally Friday again. Assalamu